Did you know that eating the wrong kind of nut could raise your risk of heart disease, inflammation, or even memory loss, especially after 65? It's true. While nuts are often seen as healthy snacks, some can quietly harm your body over time, while others can actually protect your heart, brain, and bones. In today's video, we're diving deep into the best and worst nuts for seniors over 65. You'll learn about 4 powerful nuts that support healthy aging, and 4 you should avoid, especially if you deal with high blood pressure, diabetes, or take daily medications. One of these bad nuts might already be in your snack jar, and it's doing more harm than good. So grab a pen, take notes, and comment below your favorite nut and where you're watching from. Let's talk about how to snack smarter and stay healthier as we age. Ready? Let's jump in. For best nuts for seniors. Number 1. Almonds, bone and brain protection powerhouse. Let's start with one of the most powerful nuts for seniors, almonds. These little gems are more than just a tasty snack. They're a nutritional powerhouse, especially when it comes to supporting your bones, brain, and heart after 65. As we age, our bones naturally become more porous and brittle, increasing the risk of fractures. This is where almonds really shine. Just a quarter cup provides around 97 milligrams of calcium, along with a healthy dose of magnesium, a mineral that helps transport calcium into your bones rather than letting it clog your arteries. That's a double win for both your skeleton and your cardiovascular system. But that's not all. Almonds are rich in vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that, when combined with flavonoids in the almond skin, helps protect brain cells from oxidative damage. That's especially important for seniors, as cognitive decline often accelerates with age. Including almonds in your daily routine may help preserve memory and protect against mental aging. In fact, studies out of Tufts University suggest that the antioxidant combination in almonds can actually help fight the kind of cellular stress that leads to brain fog and decline. Almonds are also fantastic for digestive health, providing about 3.5 grams of fiber per serving. That's a big deal for seniors, since constipation affects nearly 40% of people over 65. And when it comes to heart health, the monounsaturated fats in almonds can help lower bad LDL cholesterol, reducing your risk of heart disease, a leading cause of death among older adults. So how should you eat them? Stick with 15 to 20 almonds a day, ideally raw or dry roasted and unsalted. And here's a small but important tip: keep the skins on. That's where many of the flavonoids live, and they work together with vitamin E to boost your overall antioxidant defense. One last word of caution: for anyone who struggles with swallowing or has dental issues, be sure to chew almonds thoroughly. Their firmness can be a choking hazard if not eaten carefully, especially for seniors with reduced saliva production. Number 2. Walnuts, the brain's best friend. Next up is a nut that's practically designed for brain health: walnuts. And it's not just because they look like little brains. Walnuts are packed with powerful nutrients that make them a senior's best friend when it comes to preserving memory, focus, and cognitive agility. One of their biggest stars is alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that plays a critical role in keeping the membranes of brain cells strong and healthy. Studies have shown that seniors who eat walnuts regularly experience better processing speed, mental flexibility, and even memory recall. But the benefits go deeper. Walnuts contain polyphenol, special compounds that reduce inflammation in the brain, one of the key contributors to age-related cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. These antioxidants are able to cross the blood-brain barrier, meaning they can directly combat inflammation inside brain tissue, not just the rest of the body. That's a major bonus for protecting long-term brain health. Now here's something most people don't know: walnuts also naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your sleep cycle. As we age, our natural melatonin levels drop, which is one reason why so many seniors struggle with sleep. A small serving of walnuts before bed may gently support a more restful night without the need for sleep aids. Walnuts are also great for your heart. Thanks to arginine, an amino acid that promotes blood vessel flexibility, and their anti-inflammatory properties, walnuts can enhance blood pressure control. They even work alongside blood pressure medications by helping arteries stay supple and resilient. For best results, aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. That's about a small handful. And since walnuts are rich in delicate oils that can go rancid, it's best to store them in the refrigerator to maintain freshness and potency. If you're up for a little challenge, try cracking them yourself. It's a great way to stimulate fine motor skills and keep your hands active. So whether you're looking to sharpen your thinking, sleep better, or protect your heart, walnuts are one of the best foods you can add to your daily diet, especially after 65. Simple, natural, and smart, that's brain food at its best. Number 3. Pistachios, heart, eye, and sugar support. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated yet incredibly beneficial nuts for seniors, pistachios. These colorful little nuts are more than just a tasty snack. They're a heart-loving, vision-protecting, and blood sugar balancing powerhouse, especially important for those over 65. What makes pistachios so special is their impressive nutritional profile. For starters, they're loaded with potassium, about 285 milligrams per serving, which helps relax blood vessels and lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points. That's on par with some mild blood pressure medications, but without the side effects. But it doesn't stop there. Pistachios are also packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants that specifically protect the eyes. These nutrients concentrate in the macula, the part of your eye responsible for central vision, and help prevent age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. If you're over 60 and want to protect your sight, pistachios should definitely be on your radar. They also offer tremendous benefits for seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes. With about 3 grams of fiber per ounce, pistachios help stabilize blood sugar levels by slowing down digestion and preventing spikes. This is incredibly helpful for the 1 in 4 seniors living with blood sugar issues. Plus, unlike sugary snacks, pistachios give you energy without the crash. One of the most unique benefits of pistachios is how they promote mindful eating. Because they come in shells, they naturally slow down how quickly you eat them. That might sound small, but it actually helps prevent overeating, especially for people who snack out of habit. Even better, the growing pile of empty shells gives you a visual cue of how much you've already had, which can help with portion control. Aim for about 49 pistachios per day, which equals roughly 1 ounce. Choose unsalted or lightly salted varieties to avoid added sodium, and if you have arthritis or difficulty with your hands, look for half-open shells for easier access. So if you're looking to support your heart, eyes, and blood sugar, pistachios are a crunchy, colorful way to snack smarter. Delicious, nutrient-dense, and naturally portion-controlled, they're a perfect fit for healthy aging. Number 4. Brazil nuts, thyroid and nervous system support. Now let's move on to a truly powerful nut that many people overlook, Brazil nuts. These rich, buttery nuts aren't just delicious, they offer one of the most concentrated sources of an essential trace mineral that becomes even more important as we age, selenium. In fact, just one Brazil nut contains about 96 micrograms of selenium, which is 137% of your daily recommended intake. That means eating just 1 or 2 a day can deliver massive benefits, without needing supplements. So why is selenium so important, especially for seniors? It plays a critical role in activating thyroid hormones, which control everything from your metabolism and energy levels to mood and brain function. Thyroid issues become more common after 65, and many of the symptoms, fatigue, weight changes, memory fog, are often mistaken for just normal aging. By supporting your thyroid naturally, Brazil nuts help you feel more energized and mentally alert. But that's just the beginning. Brazil nuts are also rich in specific healthy fats that help preserve the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerve cells. This is vital for maintaining reaction time, coordination, and cognitive speed, especially as we get older. They've even been linked to slower cellular aging by protecting your telomeres, those tiny caps on your chromosomes that shorten with age. And if you struggle with digestion or constipation, Brazil nuts can help there too. Thanks to their combination of fiber and natural oils, they help keep things moving smoothly in the digestive tract. Unlike processed snacks that often lead to bloating or sluggishness, Brazil nuts offer gentle, natural support for gut health. Now, a word of caution, because Brazil nuts are so nutrient-dense, more is not better. In fact, too much selenium can be harmful. That's why just 1 or 2 nuts per day is plenty. For best quality, buy them in their shells and store them in the refrigerator to keep the oils fresh and prevent rancidity. So if you're looking to balance your hormones, support your nervous system, and slow aging naturally, Brazil nuts are a small snack with huge health rewards. 1 or 2 a day could make a big difference in how you feel, inside and out. For nuts, seniors should avoid. Number 1, peanuts. Now that we've covered the best nuts for seniors, let's talk about the ones you may want to avoid, starting with a very common one, peanuts. Yes, they're found in almost every kitchen, and they're a favorite snack for many. But despite their popularity, peanuts come with serious risks for people over 65, and here's why. First, peanuts aren't technically nuts. They're legumes, which means they grow underground. This makes them especially prone to mold contamination, specifically a type called aflatoxins. These toxic compounds are linked to liver damage and even cancer, and as we age, our bodies become less efficient at detoxifying, making this risk even greater for seniors. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can fuel chronic inflammation when not balanced by enough omega-3s. Inflammation is a root cause of many health problems in seniors, from joint pain and heart disease to memory decline. Even without a true allergy, many older adults experience low-grade inflammatory reactions to peanuts, which can make symptoms like stiffness, fatigue, or brain fog worse over time. Another major concern is how peanuts interact with medications. They contain vitamin K, which can interfere with blood-thinning drugs like warfarin, increasing the risk of clotting or bleeding complications. Unfortunately, this food-drug interaction is rarely discussed during doctor visits. To make matters worse, most commercial peanut products are dry roasted at high temperatures, which creates a compound called acrylamide, a chemical linked to cognitive decline. Add in hydrogenated oils, salt, and sugar commonly found in peanut butters, and you've got a recipe that's rough on the heart, brain, and metabolism. Even natural peanut butter isn't always safe. When improperly stored, peanuts can go rancid, forming harmful free radicals that damage cells and accelerate aging. So while peanuts might seem harmless, maybe even healthy, they can silently undermine your well-being if eaten regularly. If you love spreads, try almond butter or walnut butter instead. They're less inflammatory and come with proven benefits for aging bodies. At this stage in life, every bite matters, and replacing peanuts with safer, more nourishing alternatives can be one of the smartest choices you make for your long-term health. Number 2, cashews. Let's move on to another nut that many people assume is healthy, cashews. They're creamy, satisfying, and often seen as a heart-friendly snack. But for seniors, especially those with blood sugar issues, digestive concerns, or kidney risks, cashews may not be as harmless as they seem. One of the biggest issues with cashews is their high carbohydrate content. Just 1 ounce contains around 9 grams of carbs, which is significantly more than other tree nuts. That matters because nearly 1 in 4 adults over 65 have diabetes, and almost half are pre-diabetic. Eating cashews, even in moderate amounts, can cause spikes in blood sugar that strain your pancreas and leave you feeling fatigued or foggy shortly after. Cashews are also low in fiber compared to almonds or pistachios, so they don't do much to slow sugar absorption or aid digestion. Worse, they contain oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that bind to calcium and prevent your body from absorbing it properly. For older adults already concerned about osteoporosis or calcium deficiency, this is a serious drawback. And that's not all. Cashews have a sneaky reputation for being difficult to digest, thanks to enzyme inhibitors that block your body's ability to break down and absorb protein. If you've already noticed bloating, discomfort, or heaviness after eating, cashews could be playing a role. Plus, for those with swallowing issues, their smooth texture makes them one of the most aspirated nuts among seniors, increasing the risk of choking or inhaling food into the lungs. Another hidden concern? Most store-bought cashews are heavily processed. The raw nut contains urushiol, the same toxic chemical found in poison ivy, which must be heat-treated out. Unfortunately, this lengthy processing destroys many of the nut's nutrients. And many cashews on the market are oil-roasted and salted, adding extra sodium, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that can worsen high blood pressure and put extra strain on the heart. It's easy to overeat cashews too. Their soft texture and buttery flavor can lead to consuming far more calories than you intended, which can contribute to unwanted weight gain. So, while cashews might taste good, there are better options for seniors. Swap them for almonds or walnuts, which provide superior nutrition without the hidden downsides. Number 3, macadamia nuts. Let's talk about macadamia nuts. They're rich, buttery, and often marketed as a luxurious health food. But for seniors, especially those dealing with weight concerns, heart health, or gallbladder issues, macadamias might not be the best choice. In fact, they could be doing more harm than good. First off, macadamia nuts are the most calorie-dense nut out there, packing around 200 calories per ounce. That may not sound like much at first, but for seniors whose metabolisms naturally slow down with age, those calories can add up quickly, especially if you snack without realizing how many you've eaten. And unlike almonds or pistachios, macadamias have very little fiber or protein, which means they won't fill you up as much, making it easy to overeat. They're also extremely high in fat, about 22 grams per ounce, including roughly 3 grams of saturated fat. That's the type of fat known to raise LDL cholesterol, which many seniors are already watching closely due to heart concerns. While some healthy fats are good, the fat profile in macadamias may not be the best match for older adults trying to keep cholesterol in check or reduce their cardiovascular risk. Another red flag? Macadamias can strain the gallbladder, especially in those with silent gallstones, which are common in seniors but often go undiagnosed. Their high fat content can trigger painful digestive episodes or gallbladder attacks, even in people who've never had symptoms before. There's also a practical concern: macadamia nuts are dense and hard, which can pose a problem for seniors with weak teeth, crowns, or dentures. Biting into them could potentially damage dental work or cause discomfort. And since they're often roasted with oil and salt, commercial versions usually contain extra sodium and unhealthy fats that make them even more problematic for blood pressure and heart health. And let's not forget cost. Macadamias are among the most expensive nuts, which can lead seniors on a budget to purchase older or improperly stored varieties, raising the risk of rancid oils and oxidized fats, which are harmful to cells and promote aging. If you love the taste of macadamias, consider treating them as an occasional indulgence rather than a daily snack. And for regular nut intake, switch to pistachios or almonds. They're easier on your heart, digestion, and wallet. Number 4. Pine nuts. Finally, let's talk about pine nuts. These small, delicate seeds are often used in dishes like pesto, and they seem harmless at first glance. But for seniors, especially those taking medications, pine nuts may come with surprising and serious drawbacks that most people aren't aware of. One of the biggest concerns with pine nuts is their potential to interfere with medications. Research shows they can interact with over 60% of the most commonly prescribed drugs for people over 65, including statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure medications. That's alarming, especially since most seniors take multiple prescriptions daily. The problem is, food-drug interactions like this are rarely discussed at the pharmacy or doctor's office, leaving many unaware of the risks. Even more surprising is a condition called pine nut syndrome. After eating pine nuts, some people report a persistent bitter or metallic taste in their mouth that can last for days or even weeks. While this may seem minor, it can significantly reduce appetite, which is a real concern for seniors. Appetite loss often leads to inadequate nutrition and unintentional weight loss, which can weaken the immune system, reduce muscle mass, and impact overall vitality. Studies show up to 42% of those affected experience noticeable changes in food intake and weight. Pine nuts are also high in polyunsaturated fats, which are sensitive to heat and oxygen. When not stored properly, these fats oxidize quickly, leading to the formation of inflammatory compounds. For seniors already dealing with arthritis, cardiovascular disease, or other inflammatory conditions, this can worsen symptoms and accelerate aging-related damage. Another concern is aspiration risk. Pine nuts are tiny, slippery, and often eaten quickly. For older adults with swallowing difficulties, especially those taking medications that cause dry mouth, this makes pine nuts a choking hazard. Plus, they contain enzyme inhibitors that can make protein digestion less efficient, which is particularly problematic for seniors trying to maintain muscle strength and nutrient absorption. Lastly, some studies have linked compounds in certain types of pine nuts to an increased risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 65. While this connection is still being studied, it's another reason to be cautious. Bottom line? Pine nuts may look innocent, but for seniors, they come with more risks than rewards. Stick with safer, nutrient-dense options like walnuts or Brazil nuts, and protect your health with every bite. As you've just seen, the nuts you choose can make a big difference in your health after 65. Some, like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, can strengthen your heart, brain, bones, and digestion. But others, peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, could quietly harm your body through inflammation, blood sugar spikes, or dangerous medication interactions. The good news? Small changes lead to big results. Just swapping out one harmful nut for a healthier one could help you feel more energetic, think more clearly, and age with strength. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. And tell us in the comments, which nut do you eat the most, and why? Stay healthy, and keep making wise choices.